What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis, going to be casting game number 2. We have Magic Pigeons on the Radiant, Maven Gaming on the Dire. Maven Gaming currently up 1-0 in this best of 3, and they're going to open up with Bane Mirana. They're not messing around, guys. They want their combos, and they're going to get their combos too. They took last game after a very farmed and a couple of wonky plays, but they got a very farmed Mirana, and then she just did the damage. Had some pretty good epicenters, pretty wonky burrow strikes, but hell, it was enough. And it looks like Magic Pigeons, they are going to shuffle out their lineup once again. Wolful Devil as well as Adelizi, who were playing yesterday, going to replace Recrudo as well as Hayes from the previous game. So I guess they're back on the bench and they got some subs in. I don't really know what's going on with them, but it's fine as long as the admin says it's okay. I'm okay with it too, right? Magic Pigeons, we'll see if they can do something a little bit different this time. Last game with the pick of the Beastmaster was essentially a dead hero. Like, he used his roar like 2 or 3 times, and I don't think any of those times resulted in a kill. So the Beastmaster did less than jack in that last game. So Magic Pigeons definitely have to come up with something a little bit different if they want to take this game away from Maven Gaming. Opening up with a Nyx Assassin as well as a Rubik, so a good 1-2 punch as far as stuns are concerned. But at the same time, Maven Gaming have a stronger 1-2 punch. Like, Bane Nightmare into a Mirana arrow is a thing, and it really hurts. The thing is with that combination is that it really hurts only when you are up against one person. When you're up against the tri lane, it's very easy to pull the Nightmare, and then things get a little bit awkward if you're the Mirana. You're like, should I shoot for the person who has the Nightmare, or should I shoot for the person who is going to pull off the Nightmare? Maven Gaming also going to go with a very early Bounty Hunter, so it looks like they're going to go for a very gank heavy lane comp, or team comp rather. Probably pick up a very aggressive mid lane hero, and then just look to cash in with that Bounty Hunter. Magic Pigeons, they have an Assassin, they have a Rubik, so they do have some defensive tools in order to keep themselves safe. Maven Gaming, they're probably going to look for, I mean, Mirana is almost assuredly going to be on that more hard carry role again. There's really no reason not to do that right now. I mean, nothing special. Was pretty solid on the Mirana last game. So no reason to do a support Mirana or any shenaniganry like that, unless they really want to be greedy, which, with the Bounty Hunter you could be greedy. I don't really know if they should be greedy though. No, it's going to be a Chen. Maven Gaming, they're going to look to end this game very early. So they're going to push towers early, get that gold advantage, get that experience advantage from hopefully taking better fights with that Chen, and then ride that all the way into a farmed Mirana, farmed Chen, stuff like that, and start knocking down towers. Maven Gaming, they still do need their mid lane hero though. And, well, they probably know it's going to be up against the Viper, which Magic Pigeons picking up for their third. And Viper is a pretty tough matchup for pretty much whoever you put in there. I think a Razor won't be terrible versus the Viper. OD banned out by themselves. So versus the Viper will be a little bit difficult. I think a Kunkka would be pretty good. Huh? Get that mid-game powerhouse going. Lots of damage. Will benefit a lot from the extra gold from Bounty Hunter. Not the best pusher in the world, but really no one else from Maven's going to be pushing either. Magic Pigeons, they're going to go for a Clink. So 3 agility, classic lineup for the Magic Pigeons. Viper as well as Clinks, that's a lot of orb harassment. So these lanes from Magic Pigeons are going to be poking and prodding Maven all day long. The question is, can they survive it? Magic Pigeons, they're not very durable. I mean, Viper usually builds tanky, but until he actually gets a couple of items up, he's very vulnerable, very soft. And Maven, though they're very soft as well, they have a lot of burst. Especially when Chen comes in, Nightmare or whatever, and it's going to be a DK for pushing. Okay. So DK in the mid lane. We'll be up against Viper. We'll be having a horrible time. But still, with Chen ganks, potential for Bane support as well, Dragon Knight should be able to survive that lane. He just really wants to get to his level 6. Once that happens, Chen going to come in with his creeps, DK with his dragon form, and then they're going to start bowling down towers. So Maven Gaming, they have a very focused plan, and I like that. And they have a DK Mirana for kind of pseudo insurance late, especially with track gold. They're not going to be able to take it out of a Clinks and Viper though. It's very unlikely that that'll happen. Although Bane, pretty good against both. Maven Gaming, they're going to go for this very early mid-game power play, pushing, hero killing, the whole 9 yards. Magic Pigeons on the other hand, looks like they're going to aim for more more lane dominance, which is a good way to go. And a Naga Siren as their last. It's got to be a carry Siren, I think. Yeah, with Nyx Assassin and Rubik supporting. But either way, Magic Pigeons looking for a little bit more of a lane dominance game. They're just going to shut down the Maven side early, prevent their pushing from ever getting going by having them be behind from the get-go, and then try to ride that into a victory. It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit easier, I would say, just because winning your lane, it kind of at a certain point they just win themselves with a Viper and a Clinks. But Maven, it's gonna be up to Maven to make these plays happen, and I think a lot of it will boil down to how this mid lane goes. And Vegas did a pretty decent poker against the Storm last game, but Viper versus DK is a completely different animal. I mean, DK is going to get his face smashed in this lane, most likely, unless there's going to be heavy support from his buddies. So good luck to Vegas. Arlecchino, in the meantime, will be on the bottom lane. We'll be playing another invisible hero as the Bounty Hunter. Top lane, it is going to be a 2.5 lane. It's going to be Fida on the Bane, along with nothing specials, Mirana once again, and Evasion, going to be riding some weird Wild Wing looking thing. Dog of many heels. Na'Vi gear, decked out in Na'Vi. Evasion is going to channel Puppy. I mean, if you're dressed with all this Na'Vi gear and you're playing Chen, you kind of have to be channeling Puppy. If not, then what are you doing with your life? On the Magic Pigeon side, we have Mick Mouse. Magikarp is going to be on the carry. Naga Siren? No. Support Naga Siren. It's going to be an off lane. Nick Assassin, played by Wolfle Devil. Hungry Magikarp's mid lane as the Viper. And Adelize is going to be in a tri-lane as Clinks. I mean, Clinks tri-lane isn't the worst. The thing is with Clinks tri-lane is that even though he does need gold more so than experience, you can just have him do so well in a 1v1 matchup. And it might end up being like that. It probably looks like it won't be, though. So yeah, it's kind of like wasted potential. Like, he does decently in a tri-lane, but he does so much better in a 1v1 matchup. And Arlecchino with the double damage rune. They get a Dragon Tail. No, they won't be able to. Just a couple of taps onto Hungry Magikarp. That's 2 hits, by the way. And Arlecchino is going to be completely okay with circling around and doing that again. Hell, he could do that if he wants to. But Hungry Magikarp already having some restoratives forced out of him. Taking a look at the top lane, Wolfle Devil should have an okay time, especially since Feda is nowhere near this area right now. Really, it's going to be Arlecchino, just messing with the pulls and stuff like that, doing Bounty Hunter things, although he's very fairly low on mana. So it's going to be a lot of pulling from the Magic Pigeon side. Arlecchino trying to mess with that as best as possible. But yeah, this is the problem with Maven's lineup, is that Vegas is going to have to deal with this. A Viper that could just sit right up here and then just constantly spam poison. Because at that point, Dragonite, he would love to last it with Breathe Fire. He's going to get his bottle going, which means more Breathe Fire, a little bit more health as well. But it'll only work for so long. Now Arlecchino is in a little bit of trouble, perhaps. There's a net on the Naga Siren. Net will land. Is there any true sight? There's a sentry. Arlecchino almost assuredly going to be your first blood. He gets lifted up, thrown back into the sentry ward. There's no more disable, but he's taking a good amount of damage. He's going to walk, clear the sentry. Actually, not that much damage at all. I expected a lot more damage to come through. Arlecchino with the Poor Man Shield that early on, really helping him to survive. And if they drop first blood in the bottom lane, it won't be the end of the world. But definitely they want this Bounty Hunter to stay alive. I mean, no crap, right? Of course you want your Bounty Hunter to stay alive. DK, going to get zoned out once again by this Viper, who's going to be pretty much able to do that endlessly. Is he going to get a bottle? Yes, he is going to get a bottle. So infinite mana for this Viper. Should have the slight edge on rune control as well. Although he's going to be more inclined to stay in the lane than the DK. The only problem with this matchup as Viper is that DK will be able to push your lane with Breathe Fire. But that only lasts as long as you have, or as long as the DK has mana to spend. You only do it like twice. His mana pool isn't that large. And now Viper is going to secure the invisibility rune, which means even more trouble. But here comes Evasion from the side, going to get a Nightmare onto Assassin. Arrow going to fly through as well. Stomp. This is going to be your first blood, almost for sure. Nothing special finds it. First blood for the Mirana. Got first blood last game too, I believe. No, she didn't. It was someone else. I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't Mirana. She got like the second blood or whatever. Arlecchino, once again, looking for Hungry Magikarp. Going to start laying into him Breathe Fire as well. Arlecchino won't be able to finish this kill, but he will force out this invisibility rune from the Viper. Force him to use it defensively. Arlecchino, I mean, he's not really on the off lane. He's more of doing a roaming Bounty Hunter. He's not getting anything done as far as kills are concerned, which isn't ideal. Like, you would want your Bounty Hunter to get killed, but he's only level 2, so usually Bounty Hunter is just trying to hide in trees or something like that, trying to absorb as much experience as he possibly can. This game, he's actually trying to put some pressure onto the mid lane Viper, and that's a pretty tall order for a level 2 hero, let alone a level 2 Bounty Hunter. He's unable to get anything done in the bottom lane. There's just too many sentry wards, so I do kind of like where this Bounty Hunter is headed, but at the same time, he's going to run into the same situation as the Beastmaster, where he's going to take a long time to hit level 6, and up until then, he won't be incredibly useful. Once he does hit level 6, though, track gold and just getting a couple kills with track, I can put him right back into it. He will still be far behind, don't get me wrong, but it'll not be as terrible as it could possibly be. So Bounty Hunter is definitely going to be struggling moving forward. Just look at the ward coverage. Sentry, Sentry, and then Observer ward so that they can spot out when he goes in Viz. You try to absorb some of this experience, mess with the pulls, whatnot, but that'll only get you so far when there is Mick Mouse on the other end with a with an ensnare ready and waiting for you. No Observer wards though, so I guess he's going to be lucky this time. Rubik has moved to the mid lane, looking for a kill now onto the DK, who's completely tapped out of mana. Has a bottle coming back, and it looks like Rubik is going to show his face. Once again, the rune goes the way of Viper. Unfortunately, Vegas is guessing wrong for that one. Fortunately for the Maven side, Viper with these runes, I mean, these runes aren't the most useful runes in the world. First, invisibility, where he can't actually leave the lane. Then, an illusion. It's not going to help him too much. And Mirana still getting free farm on the top side. Clinks, though, getting just as much, if not more farm, on the bottom end. Mavens, even if they're falling behind in the gold per minute, which they aren't, they're going to be completely okay with that. Arlecchino's going to come right in. They want to get a Dragon Tail on Hungry Magikarp. The Stomp is going to miss, but the Dragon Tail is going to land. Now lift up onto the Dragonite. It's not going to matter, though. Here comes Wolfle Devil with the level 2 Impale. Dust going to fly through, hit onto Arlecchino. They want the Impale. It's going to land 60 HP for him. The Viper Illusions should not be able to do it. The Rubik won't be able to do it either. Greed might punish him. There is no more mana, actually, so it looks like he'll be just fine. Needs a couple more right clicks. Wolfle Devil going to try to go for Vegas. He's going to pop the Spike Carapace on himself. A little bit of misplay from the Dragonite. Now Wolfle Devil going to get popped by a Janata hit. The Fade Bolt going to fly through. Will kill off that Bounty Hunter evasion. Going to get the kill maybe onto Creepy Magikarp. Needs one more hit. The Centaur's going to do it. It's a double kill for evasion. And in total, 3 for 4. I don't think the Viper is going to be able to kill this Centaur. But wow, that was pretty close. It's all 3 from Maven dying, all 3 from Magic Pigeons dying, and I think overall it was an even trade. I want to say it was an even trade. Depending on how the kills went, it might not have necessarily been even, but it seemed to me like both teams lost just as many as they gained. Bounty Hunter's going to get 1 level off of that, which really not ideal when you're killing off Vipers who are all the way up to level 6. Kind of want to be getting the solo experience from that, but you know, how often is that really going to happen? He does have a shuriken toss though, so we can interrupt teleportations, stuff like that, a little bit more burst for him. But Arlecchino's actually doing quite a bit, considering the fact that he's actually not very useful right now. Level 4 isn't really going to be... Oh, there's dust. No, they're not going to dust. Level 4 Bounty Hunter is not the most useful hero in the world. Although Double and Viz need double detection to see this guy now. He has level 2 Shuriken. Now he's actually able to burst down this Viper decently. Level 1 Corrosive Skin, it is difficult to cut through that if you're just doing a little bit of magic damage. But between that and the Janata hit, a half-health Viper is fairly vulnerable. DK does have his range stun as well. He can pop Dragon Form, get the stun on the uphill. Viper's not going to expect it unless he knows Arlecchino is here, which he shouldn't know. I mean, I guess he could always expect it, but there's no way for him to know for certain if there's a Bounty Hunter here. And now Hungry Magikarp is going to get Dragon Tailed from the low ground, and the beatdown is going to commence. Dragon Form is there, and Arlecchino going to try to get in the way for body blocking. Telekinesis, though, going to throw Arlecchino back towards the tower. That's going to be the death of the Bounty Hunter. Big Mouse also coming in, but unfortunately, a little bit too late to get that experience. But regardless, it is a free kill on the Bounty Hunter. They did not expect the Rubik to be there. Also, Viper with that just 1 point in the Corrosive Skin, doing a lot of damage, also taking quite a few hits as well. Now Bounty Hunter going to try to get some experience down on the bottom side, but versus the Clinks, who's level 7, Bounty Hunter is going to really struggle. He just has to stay in the invisibility form, or pop out and pop back in again, else take a lot of physical damage from this Clinks. Adelizu with level 4 Searing Arrows could easily force that Bounty Hunter back, or at least force him into that invisibility form. DK also using the Dragon form for that one. Unfortunately, didn't get that much damage onto the tower, which is what you want to do once you pop your first Dragon form, is that you want to get a kill. Nothing special now. Going to get impaled on the top side. Viper is there. Nightmare saving Mirana for a little bit of time, and the leap out. Nothing special. Might actually live. Is there a mana bird? There's no mana on Nick Assassin. Now a Hand of God and a Nightmare going to get channeled all the way back to Wolfle Devil. Hungry Magikarp still applying the poison, and the Mirana ultimate going to let Fida escape as well. Top lane, they get out by the skin of their teeth. But hey, an escape's an escape, and here comes Chen for possibly a little bit of support. Arrow gonna fly. Oh, it's gonna be very close. Viper gonna kiss the edge of that arrow, and nothing special gonna be sent back to the base. Maven's gonna, Fida's gonna stick around. Hungry Magikarp definitely looking for that kill. If he lands a Viper Strike on that Bane, level 2 Brain Sap gonna make it a little bit more difficult, but far from impossible to kill him. That's okay, because they forced the Viper to rotate out. Meantime, Naga Siren's holding down the mid lane. Vekas is going to be completely fine with that matchup. Bounty Hunter's getting his levels almost at the level 6. Still struggling versus these Searing Arrows, but really there's no way to make those Searing Arrows a fun time. And here comes a smoked up Rubik. He's going to get a lift off onto Arlecchino. Dust is there as well, and he's going to die. Free kill for Adelizi on the bottom side. That's a third death for the bounty hunter. Not having the best time in the world. Nick Assassin, though, not having a great time either. He is level 6, however. That Vendetta making already showing its use. Here comes some tornadoes, guys. Maybe it's trying to bait the Nick Assassin in. Here comes Fida as well. Arrow going to fly. Hungry Magikarp narrowly going to dodge that. Wolfle Devil circling around for Vendetta. Nothing special. Going to get tagged by this one for sure. Leap will dodge the Impale. Well done on that, Marana. It's really, really hard to hit an Impale after a Vendetta hit nowadays. Especially against a Marana, which should just escape. And here we go. Nightmare going to happen on Hungry Magikarp. Is there an Arrow follow-up? There should be. Arrow going to fly. It's going to be a little bit off the mark. Impale onto Fida, and he's going to take a beating. He's going to go down. No time to send him back home. Wolfle Devil going to take a lot of damage as well. He's going to be the trade. 1 for 1 so far, and Bounty Hunter's now hit his level 6 mark, and he looks up into the air, though, brought back into dust, into a Sentry Ward. Archino's going to get a track out, and it might help him escape. It might. No. It's Arrow stolen by Rubik is going to seal the deal there. It's a 2 for 1 so far, and the Chen is going to lose 1 creep. In the meantime, DK in his dragon form looking to take down this tier 1 tower, but here comes the Viper, and Viper is more than capable of fighting off this DK. Just look at the cinematic. They're at least fighting evenly. Hand a minus up on the Clinks, as is on the Marana. There's going to be a lot of accelerated farm for both sides, but Maven with the mid-game pushing lineup, or mid-game power lineup, it's not exactly going their way just yet. Our evasion, he's still well on his way to his mech. Already has the recipe, and the headdress is going to be the easiest part to complete. Level 7 on him, so he's going to be able to pack around that the trio of Chen creeps. And Bane is also at his level 6, and Arlecchino is also at his level 6. So level 6 is on everyone. Almost level 8 on Chen once he clears these two off. Jesus, a lot of experience from that stack. So 10 minutes in, level 7 with the mech. Chen is completely ready for this. Dragon Knight looks like he's going to go for Power Treads Drum, so pretty standard early game aggression there. And now Fida is in so much trouble right now. This guy has just got to pray. I don't think prayer is going to be enough right there. Divine Intervention was the only possible way. Arrow going to fly in. Adeli's narrowly going to dodge. They need this track off. Oh no, Arlecchino with a little bit of greed wants to get that shadow walk invisibility or shadow walk pop out damage, but he's got to get the track on the Clinks. Makes the Clinks play so weirdly if you do manage to get that. But regardless, they are going to go for a little bit of push on the top lane. Mid lane tower also fairly vulnerable to pushing. Vegas, though, is going to be vulnerable to death soon enough. Ensnare going to get thrown. Here comes the Bane. Going to pop the Dragon form, Dragon Tail onto Mick Mouse with the ultimate from Bane as well. Mick Mouse is going to go down for sure. There's not much damage going to anyone else. Nightmare onto the Bane, going to keep him safe. The poison going to be applied to Wolfle Devil. Brain Sap doing a lot of damage. Courier in the middle of nowhere as well. Here comes Arlecchino. Unfortunately, wasn't there to get the track on the original Naga Siren. However, they get the kill on the Naga Siren regardless. Really, you can't complain too much about that. Getting a free one when your Dragon Knight is being ganked. That level 2 Dragon form, he took very, very little damage. And also, Bane took very little damage as well. I mean, Viper with level 3 Nether Toxin is going to go purely defensively right now. Really needs a little bit more time and a little bit more focus to get that damage going. But if you Viper Strike the DK and then go for Bane with your poison attacks, then you're probably not going to get anything. Mech now arriving to the mid lane. They want to take down this tier 1 tower. They should be able to do so as well. Dragon Knight doesn't have that much time left on his dragon form, but it should be more than enough. Here comes Mick Mouse on the front lines, looking for a net onto Vekas, but we saw this episode before. There's Dragon Tail, this time with the track, and Wolfle Devil might get a 2-mana Pale. Will only get one on the evasion. Vekas, very tanky. He's going to gather alive. Mech going to keep everyone up, and it's going to be a free track kill going the way of Maven. Once again, Naga Siren feeding herself to the wolves, and now looking for another target. Bane going to throw out some Urn charges, because why the hell not? Marana ultimate covering them for now. Arrow going to fly through. It should not hit onto anyone. And the tower is in deny range, but it's just going to be hard. Yo, they're going to get the deny, and a 2-man stun from Wolfle Devil. There's a Shuriken being stolen by Rubik. Will kill off the Bane. Now Vision can lift up into there. He's going to go down as well. Dragon Knight is nowhere to be found. He's going to teleport right back into this fight. Marana is still in the area. The track is on 2. Bounty Hunter still on the sidelines. Sentry now going to get dropped in. Oh, beautiful play by Creepy Magikarp. He's not going to deward it, so they don't. Arlecchino does not know that they see him. There's the dust going to slow him down even more. He needs to pop these stick charges, break that invisibility, but it's going to be too late. The Nether Toxin doing a little bit too much. That was such a great play from Creepy Magikarp right there. He put down the Sentry Ward. He didn't deward the Observer Ward. He didn't even hit it. So in Bounty Hunter's mind, he goes, okay, there's no sentry coverage here, or else they would have killed the Observer Ward. But no, it's just a mind game the entire time. Now, Fida can look for Mick Mouse. Mick Mouse is going to ensnare. Fiend's Grip. playing with it. Wolfle Devil's here, though, with the Vendetta, and Vita might have bet enough more than he could chew. Thinking about Nightmare, needs to get a Brain Sap off the burst. Is going to be there. He's going to Nightmare the next Assassin, and then Brain Sap on something. No, he's actually completely out of mana. Here comes Arlecchino, level 3 on the Shuriken Toss. Everyone says stop. Naga Siren has had enough. Wolfle Devil lining up the easiest impale of his life. This will not kill off the Bane, but, oh, especially if he misses. Brain Sap onto Mick Mouse. That won't kill him off either. Maven Vita going to get dropped very low, but the Shuriken will get a track gold. Vita is going to get something out of that. Arlecchino should escape as well. Here comes Vekas from the sidelines. Adelizi is here as well, however. They're both at full HP. If they just run right now, they should be able to escape both of them. They're going to instead stop for a regen rune. Don't stop for the regen rune. They're going to juke out the stun. Dragon Form's going to get popped, but it's a 2v3. The Shuriken going to toss onto the next assassin. Vegas going to take a little bit of damage, but he's very tanky. He's a DK. He's going to get slowed down. Arlecchino going to once again pop the invis. Track onto Adelizi. And in the meantime, Mirana just doing her own thing. She's pushing out the tower, and it looks like Dragon Knight can be restored back up to full very, very quickly with that Dragon Blood plus the bottle charges. It's 12 for 8, and Maven are currently 2 towers ahead over the Magic Pigeons. This is exactly what their lineup is designed to do. And Bane did die, but he lasted a lot longer than I thought, and that's really one of the weaknesses of Impale, is the fact that it's still very, very hard to land. And if he landed that stun, Vita would not have redeemed any of that track gold, but instead, you know, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. Poison Dragon still up for a couple seconds. We'll be able to get a couple hits on this bottom tier 1 tower. Magic Pigeons, do they actually want to defend this? Clinks isn't too useful. He can assassinate someone if he's not stunned down focused, but with Bane and DK on the field, good luck. They'll get 1 tag of poison onto the tower and start beating it down. They don't know that Wolfle Devil is in the area. Do they have sentries? You cannot push like this without sentries against a Clinks, against a Nyx Assassin. They're going to get a track off on a Creep Magikarp. Shuriken Toss stolen. Creep Magikarp will get burst down pretty low, but there's an Impale onto the Chen. Instantly the Fiend's Grip onto Wolfle Devil. Is there any follow-up? However, Vita is going to be just fine. Invisible with the Mirana ultimate. It's actually going to be an evasion chopped down by Adelizi. In the meantime, a Courier dies somewhere. Vekas is going to get focused down. Going to Dragon Tail onto Mick Mouse. He's going to try to book it. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. It's going to be nothing special from the back, however, killing off the Rubik. Adelizi still tracked up. You can try to turn around for Arlecchino, but Maven Vita can take a couple arrows on the way out, and there's the poison as well onto the DK. Nothing special still on the sideline, but without any mana, Mirana's got to back up, at least for now. It's a 2-for-1 regardless, however, and Arlecchino still in the area, still throwing out those tracks, actually flirting with death quite a bit. Maven still feel confident enough to keep going with this one. They don't have much mana on the Mirana, but they do still have the Chen creeps. And that, at this point in the game, is probably the most powerful tool that Maven actually have. Tornado going to fly through, will spot out the Viper. Tracks are going to constantly fly. There's the track onto Hungry Magikarp with the Nightmare and Arrow. He's going to take quite a beating. The Riptide onto 3 won't be enough. Nothing special. Needs to leap out. Mech will keep him alive. Breathe Fire onto 2. Mick Mouse does not have a song. He doesn't have any mana. He's going to go down as well. Track gold everywhere. And Adelizi now just going to wait for another track. Perhaps they popped a drum charge. It looks like no. They're actually going to turn around and go for Creepy Magikarp, who's stuck in the trees somehow. How did you get there? Wolfle Devil also invis in the Vendetta form. If he pops out, he might get 1, but it'll cost him his life. Creepy Magikarp spotted out by Arlecchino. That's going to be another free track kill. Arlecchino is going to be rolling in the dough. 256 for him. 1800 Gs. And now they're going to keep on going. Vekas recharging his dragon form throughout the duration of that fight. They're just going to keep on rolling with at least 1 set of arcane boots. It's going to be 2 sets of arcane boots plus the mech. They're just going to keep this gravy train rolling. Track was stolen by Rubik for a little bit, so Arlecchino will get tracked up by that, but really, you need a little bit more than that in order to stop this push. Arrow going to fly through, hit onto Hungry Magikarp, and he's tracked up. He's going to get hit with the Dragon Tail straight after. Dragon Tail, there's the mech, will catch the Fiend's Grip. He will cancel that one off, but Mick Mouse is going to come right back in. Has Song of the Siren, so if things are too hairy, she'll will be able to stop the show. Bane Elemental will go Nightmared, and instantly into a different form of sleep, so a little bit more pleasant, I would say. He's probably going to die from this one unless Wolfle Devil whiffs the Impale, in which he will. He will get into evasion. Maven will go down. Looks like Vita will go down regardless, and Vekas is going to try to 1v3. Arrow going to fly through. Nothing special from the sidelines doing the damage, but here comes Creepy Magikarp once again with Fade Bolt. He's going to get a double kill from Hungry Magikarp, and Nothing Special will dive out of there. Looks like Arlecchino also from the sidelines will pop off Magic Stick charges, dropping pretty low from that, but the Magic Stick charge is going to keep him up. He needs to book it right now because Adelizi is right on his ass. Has a Shadow Walk, and I think he should be fine unless there's a random dust. Arrow going to come through. Arlecchino going to wrap around for a little bit of greed. Maven gets stopped in their tracks, however, they do take down the tower. I don't know who destroyed the tower. I'm going to assume it was destroyed by Maven. So they take the tower, they lose a 3-for-2 trade. That was the worst fight that they've taken thus far. I mean, they are technically behind in kills, but they're definitely ahead in momentum, ahead in gold. A little behind in experience, actually. Magic Pigeons is doing pretty well to stay in that game. And this is the best type of Dota. When one pushing lineup, one mid-game lineup is behind in kills but ahead in towers, that's the good stuff. Dust randomly from the Rubik. And Radiance Courier was actually the one to drop. Okay, not really sure what that was delivering, but either way, another bonus gold chunk for the Maven side. And Mirana with an ultimate orb. They're going to smoke up. They were completely spotted by this Observer Ward, though. If Magic Pigeons were paying attention, which they should have been, they're going to go straight for Roshan. Medallion being picked up on the Chen. And yes, Naga Siren Illusions will spot this out. There is no song, however. Not for another minute. And Archino get tagged with an arrow in smoke. That sucks. Gonna drop very low from that one. They can't kill this Roshan, not with Magic Pigeons right on the sidelines. Now, Maven, they do have a slightly better Roshan pit fight, I think, with all the stuff that they have in the front lines. But at the same time, doing this is always incredibly risky, unless arrows come in and help. You probably shouldn't be doing this. They're going to go into the Mirana ultimate. There is a Sentry Ward there, and Vekas right on the front lines going to play dumb is Mickmouse. Double Sentry Ward now, and there's a net onto Mickmouse. Is there an arrow follow-up? There is not going to be one. It actually misses, but Brain Sap, no, Fiend's Grip rather, onto Hungry Magikarp. He's going to be locked out, but instantly it's the Chen that goes down. Now Vekas lifts up into the air. He's going to have to pop some Magic Charges and try to book it on out of there. Has another Dragon Tail up and available. And Vita taking a lot of damage, however. Sentry Wards being dropped every which way. Track everywhere as well. Look at all these Sentry Wards. They're freaking everywhere. Impale, net. It's going to hit onto the Dragon Knight. Impale is going to follow up straight after. Vekas is finally going to go down. Arlecchino get throw Shuriken. Will pick off the Naga Siren. Nothing special in Vita. Off on the sidelines. Will be forced to leap out of here. More tracks flying back and forth. And Magic Pigeons, they have to get out of here. They're in a terrible position, but they will all back out successfully. Unless another arrow comes through. Arrow's going to fly. Hit onto Wiffle Devil. That might be another kill. Arlecchino going to get in there with the track as well. No track, actually. Just the Janata damage. It's actually tracking. Creepy Magikarp. Arrow's going to fly through. Will not kill off the Bounty Hunter. Adeli's going to look to finish that kill off. Going to try to man fight. Nothing special. It's going to be a very difficult fight for them. Arlecchino still in the area. Needs to throw out some more tracks. Here comes Chen back from the sidelines. Another arrow going to fly through on a Creepy Magikarp. Nothing special. Will he be able to kill off this Rubik? It looks like he will. And he doesn't have a leap, but Arlecchino still in the area. Throwing out those tracks. Hungry Magikarp now going to get nightmared. Is there another arrow? Here comes Chen, though, with the mech, with the arcane boost. There's a Star Storm, and Viper is also going to go down. Magic Pigeons stay for way too freaking long. It's a godlike streak for nothing special. Adelizi gonna get out of there, dodges the arrow, but it's a godlike streak for the Mirana. And wow, you gotta hand it to the Bounty Hunter, staying there for so damn long with the bottle with the Majestic charges, laying down so many tracks. He's getting absolutely loaded with gold. DK dropped down so very early in that fight, and then they got cleaned up, Magic Pigeons, because they simply stayed for a little bit too long. They kept on seeing Arlecchino very, very low HP and thinking, hey, it's a Bounty Hunter at low HP, guys. We could kill this guy. No, you can't. You really can't, because the Mirana is doing a lot of damage at this point. Has almost enough gold to pick up that full Lincoln Sphere. If she does want to go for that, which I'm assuming it will be, could be a full Lincoln Sphere. There you go. Actually does have enough gold to complete it because she had the recipe, which I didn't see. But nothing special is absolutely cleaning up 9-0 and 1, and being, of course, accelerated a huge deal by Arlecchino's Bounty Hunter, which everyone from Maven have just been playing on point. I mean, Chen was lost almost instantly. DK survived for quite a little bit longer, but still, the run and gun game of Mirana, Bounty Hunter, and Bane, they just forced Magic Pigeons into constantly considering fights that they would not be able to take. Nothing special. Gonna get dodged by the Clinks. He does have an Orchid. He is hunting, and he should be able to pick off this Chen. I mean, an Ogre Frost Mage is definitely not going to help. So this is going to be a free kill. However, Bane is in the area. Adelizi going to eat a creep, and evasion does have a mech. Here comes Here comes Vita, and the grip. Is there any true sight? Oh, there's an instant air to cancel it off, and now Vita going to try to 1v2. Going to get sent back to the base. He should be able to stick the landing as well. No, it's going to be close, but he will not escape. Adelizi going to get chased down with the track from Arlecchino. A lot of damage. Here comes an arrow. Will completely miss. The rest of the team going to come through. Vekas in the middle of everything. He has an Aegis, and he doesn't have the Dragon Form because he's silenced due to the Orchid. He's going to lose the Aegis. Here comes the leap forward from that special. We got a huge Starstorm off, but now he's got to book it. There is no telekinesis left, and Vekas going to drop the Dragon Form. He's going to get stunned, though. Shadow Blade not available. Look at all these Sentry Wards once again on the floor. This is going to be another run and gun game for Maven, though this time they just have to run. No arrows landing, nothing special, completely out of mana. Has another arrow in the pipeline, but it's not going to come in time. Tracks are going to fly, but that's about it. Magic Pigeons take a kill advantage once again. And we're going to be seeing a little bit more action as Magic Pigeons try to take down the Tier 1 tower. Arrow going to fly, hit onto Mickmouse. But there's no follow-up from that one, aside from a couple tracks. Denial attempt, not going to happen. And, well, everyone from Maven going to restore back and get back into this game after reviving. They really just need to take a full 5v5 fight, try to burst down this Clinks. This Clinks is actually deceptively tanky, especially since he ate a huge creep right beforehand. A lot of HP for him. 1,700 gold on this Mirana. She needs to be going for a big damage item right now. She thinks she's just going to go for Maelstrom again. That seems to be what Nothing Special likes to do. You can't really blame him for that. Maelstrom's amazing, guys. But they're going hunting instead. Arlecchino has a Yasha now up. He's going to be doing quite a bit of damage with this Bounty Hunter. Usually we see drums after this or a BKB. Instead going to go for a little more greedy in the damage. I guess they figure Nothing Special doesn't have that much damage just yet. They keep getting these tracks off. They're looking for initiation right now. Adeliz is going to circle around. Are there any sentries? Please tell me there are. Yes, there is one sentry. And we'll give them some pretty good coverage. Awkward coverage, but good coverage nonetheless. I think that movement, though, might have triggered off the fact that Adeliz, might have showed Adeliz that there is a sentry ward in the area. Of course, they're never going to find this sentry, not in a million years. They're going to fly through, go for a fish, not going to catch anyone, but track onto Adeliz. So they do have tabs on this Clinks now. He does have a crit, so they have to lock him down, or at least tag him with that Enfeeble. Or ideally, the grip. Maven, do they really want to do this? They only have one Chen creep right now. They have the Dragon form. It is level 11 DK, but oh, there's a grip on Hungry Magikarp. Is there anything to drop? Yes, there is. Wolf from the side, as well as the net. Maven Fida is going to get burst down real quickly. Force Staff will not save him. Hand of God will not save him either. He's going to be the first one to drop, and now Evasion on his way out, and by that I mean he's probably going to die. Everyone from Maven are in full retreat. Lifts up into the air. The Chen is going to get dropped as well. Dragon Knight from the side is going to kill off the Naga Siren. Arrow going to fly, will catch Adeliz, but there is no follow-up. But here comes Arlecchino. He's going to look to follow up. It will be very, very risky. Nothing Special going to try to duel against Adeliz. Breathe Fire will not kill him off. 35 HP. It will kill him off actually with one straight arrow. Grip stolen by the Rubik now. Nothing Special still trying to do the damage. Arlecchino going to come right back in. Going to try to go for that Viper. He will get the kill. Now Vacus will drop as well to the Urn Charge. Wolful Devil, though, chased down with that track. Nothing Special gets a triple kill. He's going to get 4 as well. No, Arlecchino gets a double. It's 3 for the Mirana, 2 for the Bounty Hunter. And Maven somehow, someway, take another run-and-gun fight. I don't know how they're getting this much mileage out. They're just getting a couple of pokes here and there, waiting for their cooldowns, waiting for the stars, throwing out arrows. There's 5,000 gold in the Mirana. Jesus Christ, she is absolutely loaded with this track gold. And Arlecchino, 2,700 gold on him. He's getting really rich really quickly as well. Magic Pigeons, they're just constantly overextending just a little bit too much, but you can't blame them. It looks like the fights are going just so damn well, and then suddenly Maven just come out with a full 5-man wipe. Mirana off on the sidelines is just getting a couple arrows in here and there, and Magic Pigeons, they don't have enough sustain to weather that constant poking storm. And once Mirana gets leave the Invisor in there, okay. Once Mirana gets the next big damage item, it's going to be even more deadly. They can no longer afford to use their Levitate on the Dragon Knight or canceling off Fiend's Grip or whatever. You have to focus on this Mirana. You have to shut her down, because she just bought up, or I mean, she can just buy up a full Mjolnir right now if she wanted to, and if the courier would cooperate. It's going to be a man style up for Bounty Hunter. He's going to look to split out of things, try to play a little bit tricky with the opponents. Arlecchino has been doing a great job of that so far, so he's going to look to take that through the next level, play with illusions, and play with invisibility. Keep an eye on Arlecchino. Every single time I think everyone's just going to retreat. No, it's going to be Arlecchino walking right back into it. This is also forcing Magic Pigeons to spend a huge ton of gold on Sentry Wards. And that's something that they definitely don't want to do. I guess both sides are going to spend on Sentry Wards because Bounty Hunter, Mirana, Shadow Bladed, DK, also Clinks, Nyx. So, Sentry Wards galore, but nothing special. Now has a Mjolnir flying to him. Huge item pickup from this Mirana, because right now she doesn't have a single damage item. I guess Phase Boots and Midas are the only things that actually give her substantial amounts of damage. The rest are just pure defensive. I mean, she's getting a lot of mileage out of this regen. Usually you don't say that from a Lincoln Sphere, but yeah, it's happening. And now, once she gets this, oh, Wolful Devil gonna get gripped and tracked. Arrow gonna fly through. Will not miss. Will not hit. Creepy Magikarp. Dragon Form level 2 now. DK gonna look to blow up this creep wave, and now the right clicks will commence on this tower. Nothing special tanking that, but regen from Lincoln Sphere, regen from Mech will be enough. Now Nightmare onto Hungry Magikarp. Arrow will fly. It will tag Magikarp as well, but there is The Song of the Siren, they're all clumped up, but there's nothing that Magic Pigeons could do to capitalize on this poor positioning of Maven. They don't have a black hole. I bet they wish they had one right about now. Mjolnir buff will go on to the DK right on the front lines. Nothing special. Off on the sidelines, will just continuously pick away at his opponents. Magikarp might get tagged by an arrow, or a creepy Magikarp rather. Brain Sap instead, and a Janata hit. There goes the Rubik. And now the tier 3 is also going to be bowled down. Hungry Magikarp going to throw out a Viper Strike onto Vegas, but he's not going to give a damn about that. The Raxes are in trouble. Arlecchino focusing the melee along with Vegas. Fortification will save it for just a little bit of time. Adeliz is nightmared up. They need to make this fight happen. Blink forward for a 2-man stun. That's a decent way to start, but there needs to be more. Vegas is going to get netted to the ground. He's going to lose his Dragon form at the worst possible time. Silence onto the Mirana, but she's still doing a lot of damage with her right clicks. Look at the damage onto Mick Mouse. He's going to pop his illusions, but that won't help him. He will go down in the end. Now the range Raxes will get brought down. Buyback from the Nog Siren will teleport straight to the front lines. Looks like everyone from Maven wanting to back up. No, just stun her and kill her. Another track kill for the Maven side. They're going to take mid Raxes completely, and they're going to get out as 5. 23 for 27, and Maven are just playing some amazing Dota right now. Run and gun. This nothing special Mirana, you might have to consider changing your name, because he is just playing out of his mind right now. Also, the Bounty Hunter. I mean, everyone from Maven just doing their job to perfection right now. And Magic Pigeons, with the lack of AoE, they can't punish the fact that Maven are clumping. They can't punish the fact that Maven are diving deep and, you know, doing stuff like that. They're running the single target focus game, which you would think would be ideal versus a run and gun game, but really, if the Nyx isn't landing, if they're focusing all of their stuns on the likes of the DK, he's going to be completely okay with that. That's what he wants to have happen. He wants to get stunned for his team so that the Mirana on the sidelines could do her thing. She has a Yasha now. She's going to be absolutely dishing. And although Klinks just picked up a really big damage item in the form of a Daedalus, will that actually work? He could probably kill off Arlecchino right now. Actually, no. If he gets silenced, he splits out and then he wind walks away. He needs True Sight. Arlecchino. Oh, yep, there it is. Instantly into the Invis. No True Sight here. Wolfle Devil going to get dropped pretty low just with one hit. Yeah, that was one hit by Bounty Hunter. Manta Style isn't even the best damage item for that. It's no Desolator. It just mostly just gives you stats, which Mirana is going to be more than happy to pick up as her next big item. Has yet to die, this Mirana. And that's just something to be said for that. She has 707 gold per minute. By far the most last hits and denies on the map. I mean, DK not too far behind, and once he gets an AC, that will mean that he's even more durable, and Mirana's going to do even more damage to his enemies, to her enemies rather. Roshan going to be up in just a couple seconds as well. So Maven, they're taking down the mid racks, which is, I would say, a pretty big nail in Magic Pigeon's coffin. It's not over quite yet. You can't underestimate the power of a Klinks Viper. Viper, just with Aghanim Scepter Mech, he's actually not doing that much physical right-click damage right now. And Viper Strikes or not, it's not going to be enough. Now Roshan will pop back up. Unfortunately, they didn't see it. They have some really good ward coverage, though. The Sentry, unfortunately, not going to spot out this Observe ward off to the side. But it's a completed Manta Style from Mirana. 707 gold per minute. Last I checked, Arrow Gonna Fly will lock down Roshan. And with mid-racks taken, Magic Pigeons actually cannot get here in time. His damage is just too intense. Nothing special. Is he going to pick up this Aegis, or is it going to be Vegas again? It might actually just be Arlecchino, quite honestly. No, it's going to be Mirana. I don't know what you got rid of. I got TP Scroll, I guess? Or, no, that was the Midas. That was the Midas. Sacrificing some attack speed for a double life? Sure, why not? Also, I don't really know why they're going down the mid lane again. They should probably be going for bottom. I guess they just want to get a pick off right here, and Hungry Magikarp might be that target. There's a jump forward for a Nightmare. Shuriken, he will toss on to Creepy Magikarp, and Hungry Magikarp will get Dragon-tailed as well. Song of the Siren, though, and everyone's going to be forced to stop and wait, although TP cutting it a little bit close. Blink forward from Mirana, and the right-click damage onto the Viper. Look at her go. Will it be enough? It will be very close. It will be enough. Mick Mouse is also going to get picked off. It's a triple kill for Nothing Special. Who else wants some? Nothing Special has a double life. He's going to get mech'd up. And they're now going to go for the bottom tier 3 tower. Mirana will clear the rest of the creep wave, whereas the Dragon Knight is going to stand his ground and apply that fire poison. There goes the tier 3 tower. There goes the Raxes. Force staff forward from Fida. Looking for a person to grip. Not going to find anyone, but that's going to be completely okay because bottom racks have been completely taken. Everyone now going to go up top. Magic Pigeons losing 2 Raxes. They are, right now, completely out of this game. I don't think there's anything that they could do. They don't have huge AoE like a Ravage or a Black Hole, so they can't rely on that as a Hail Mary. They have pure single target focus, and it's not even that much at this point. Magikarp, creepy Magikarp, going to get blown up in an instant. Arlecchino will get netted down to the ground, but Adelizi gripped up. Nothing special, stunned because of the Spike Carapace. Doesn't matter, though. He's going to kill off the claims regardless, and the Nyx dies as well. 5100 gold on this Mirana. GG, well played. Creepy Magikarp is going to have had enough. All the Magikarps. Unfortunately, today will not be a Gyarados. That is going to be it, guys. 33 minutes in this game, not a single pause. Gotta love it. We're going to be moving on to the finals, where Maven is going to be there. I don't know if the other set is completed or not, but stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the finals. Congratulations to Maven for a dominating victory. That was quite a display of Mirana from Nothing Special. That was quite a display of teamwork, honestly, from all of the Maven side. GG, guys.